Yo, what's good? This your boy Sean J. So I got 5 different habits that every millionaire must go through or even learn to get to that millionaire status. Keep watching. So you're one of these people who are frustrated in life, looking at your social media feed like, yo, why is there so many rich young people out here? Like, what am I doing wrong that they're doing right? I need to know, right? So let me tell you, you're not the only person like that right now. I was in those exact same shoes until I figured out there's a certain way to go about it to become a millionaire, right? There's a couple things that you are probably doing, but you don't realize that you're doing, that you should just either eliminate, change, or learn, all right? So I'm gonna go over those few things. It's only 5, all right? It's only 5. So stick with me, all right? So let's go over it. All right, so number 1, you're probably on social media, like I said, looking through your news feed, getting mad, right? You're probably getting mad, and that's the issue right there. That's the issue. You need to step off that stuff. It doesn't help. I'm talking about Facebook. I'm talking about Instagram. I'm talking about TikTok. I'm talking about any social media, Snapchat. It don't matter what it is. You need to get off of it. It's just to distract you. Number 1 is eliminating distractions. You must eliminate all distractions. If it don't help you, why do you watch it? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about this. Even the media, right? Like, if you can't help out what's happening on the other side of the world, why do you even care? It's just going to change your political thoughts or make you emotional about whatever's happening, but you can't do nothing about it. But you gonna donate some money? You gonna go over there? You gotta focus on things that you can change. And that's primarily things that's in your own life. You understand? So things that's outside your life, who cares? Example, right? I got a homeboy who really watches basketball to the fullest, right? He loves every stat from every player. He knows all this stuff. But this dude don't bet. He don't do nothing with that. He just plays video games and no stats about players, right? And he always get in this argument, who's better between Michael Jordan and LeBron James? You know, like, who cares, bro? Like, if you ain't making no money from it, like, what are you doing focusing on that? You're pulling all your focus into somebody else. You're giving them all your prana. Like, this makes no sense to me. So you need to eliminate that. Eliminate all distractions. And you know what? I got an app for that, right? There's an app, all right? So please download this, man. And this ain't no marketing or whatever. This is just to get you off of that bull, all right? So the app is called Freedom. It's called Freedom, all right? So if you want your freedom back and you want to get to that financial freedom, you need to download that app. It turns off things for you. You won't get no type of notifications because you know you will lie to yourself like, I'll turn it off, I'll turn my phone, I'll put my phone over there. No, just download the app. Freedom, just cut it off. Just cut it off. All right, so number 2, now that we have eliminated all the distractions, now we can focus on what we do consume. All right, so you need to realize that your body is like a big sponge. You know, they say that babies are a sponge, but, adults are too. You never stop learning. You need to know that. Your brain is learning, not even when you're thinking. All right, so whatever you watching, whatever you hearing, whatever you taste or whatever you touch, it all is being consumed to your body. Even what you buy, that is something that you consume. So you need to be aware of the friends that you have around you. You need to be aware of the things that you eat. Whatever you put into your body, it will reflect on the outside of your body. You need to realize that. And when the sooner that you realize that, the more that you will realize that you need to be around the right people, or you need to eat the right things, or you need to be listening to the right music at the right time so you can be productive at a certain point, So when you realize that and you start to do that and stop having it to where everything's controlling your life instead of you controlling it, which is a major part of what you consume, is what you control the most, which will change your reality. All right. Okay. So number 3, as an entrepreneur, you're going to realize that stuff just not going to go your way. There's just going to be challenges out of nowhere for no reason, and there's nothing you can really do about it but to face them. And you need to realize right now, right here, that in order to face them, you have to have an open mindset to get around it. There is no one way to do things, right? There's not one way. Somebody can try to teach you their way, but your way might be different than theirs. So you must be able to try new things. Maybe you have to get off of the scheduled plan to go into a different plan to come back to that plan. Sometimes that's just how life goes. And and you can't do anything about it, but you have to have the openness to do it. You understand? Also, I want to add that life has a way of making you feel uncomfortable. It doesn't really like that you're not learning stuff, so it's gonna force some things to make you learn something new or to see how you react to things, right? So the best thing I say is to go ahead and force yourself to do uncomfortable things. We're just trying new things out, you know? Like say in a relationship, if you get too comfortable with that relationship, watch, after a while, if you're too comfortable, you might lose the person you're with because you're too comfortable. It's best to keep trying new things with this person, you know? It's best to keep trying to push the relationship not away, but to push the relationship to do more things with that person. If you continue to do the same thing, yes, they're gonna get bored and they're gonna get tired of you and they're gonna want something new. You know what I'm saying? So you should bring the newness instead of them bringing a new person. You understand? Number 4, understanding and using leverage. Now, what is leverage? The Google definition of leverage is an investment strategy of using borrowed money. A horrible definition, but let's use a real definition. So, you ever heard of OPM, other people's money? Or the bank's money. You use the bank's money with your credibility. They give you a amount of money with your credibility and say, hey, we're going to give you this amount of money, but we're going to need it back with interest, right? So you are then taking that money and buying assets with it. And assets is usually something that makes you money, but you need an asset that appreciates over time, right? So that is another thing that you got to keep in. So these things compound over time. It's going to appreciate and you're going to make money. So it's going to be the best thing for you. So you need to get through your mind that you need to use credit for things that make you money. If it doesn't make you money, then go ahead and put cash down on it. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Even that, I wouldn't even use it. I would still pay it off with credit just because I know it helps my credit when I have so many different counts on my credit accounts, right? So it's best that if you know that system, you can use it to your benefit. And the more that you do with it, the more you acquire, the more credit that you can use to get more things that will make you more money, you know? An asset really is just something that people will either want to use from you or want to buy from you later, or it's just something that grows over time. Also, I like to add that not only can you leverage money or credit, but you can also leverage people. Now, what do I mean by that? All right, so I'll use myself as an example, right? So in 2019, I had decided that I was going to make some passive income by, starting my own Amazon FBA store. And I, looked and did a lot of research on what product I could sell and how much I'd sell it for. But I also looked how much each item costs. And I knew I did not have the money at the time. So what I did was I started a business and gained business credit. So that was other people's money right there, number 1. All right, so number 2 was I was like, I'm not going to create all of those things. I'm not going to create 2,000 of them. I'm not even going to create one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create the design and hand it over to somebody else who can create it, the production company or whatever. So what I did was I looked through Alibaba and I sent the design to a production company. They designed what I wanted, my product, and then sent it back to me and I was like, okay, yes, send them all. Send 2,000 of them. I sent them all to the warehouse in the Amazon warehouse in Texas, and then that's how I did it. That is what I call using leverage. I didn't have to save up for years to get this money, or I didn't even have to ask anybody, my parents or somebody, to borrow money or anything. All I did was start a business, gain business credit, and then bought me an asset with it, which still makes me money today. So this brings me right into my next thing. Number 5, start to invest. All right, so do you happen to know the difference between rich and wealthy? Any idea? All right, so the rich have a high income, like they can make a lot of money, right? But the wealthy have multiple assets that give them passive income that appreciate over time. So they have a compounding effect that gave them more money. And also, when you're rich, you can't really pass on your job to anyone, right? You can probably pass on your business, but who says that they even want to work at that business or work at that job, right? But with, real estate, a person who has real estate, they can actually give that entire house to a family member and they can still make money with that, even after they die. So the difference between rich and wealthy is that you have the option to give your wealth away if you wanted to. Also, I'd like to add that it's not just about money. Sometimes it's about investing within yourself. Sometimes it's about learning that new skill to get to that next new level of yours, to get to that brand new success that you want. Sometimes it's really about evolving with whatever you need to adapt to whatever situation needs to come. So sometimes it's more about investing in yourself to get that new skill or whatever you need for that new life that you want, right? So I hope that this right here helps you to pick out the things that maybe you're going through right now. Maybe you didn't even see that. Maybe you need to get rid of social media. Maybe all these things are something that's stopping you or slowing you down that you didn't realize. Maybe you need to learn how credit works. Maybe you need to fix your credit. And if you need any help or if you have any questions, please do write it in the comments and I'll get back at you, or you can email me or whatever. But this your boy Sean J. We had a good day and I'll holla at you.